Hello, my name is Natalie Padilla Rosales, and I'm currently taking the AICE Media Studies course. In this podcast, I will be discussing and answering the question, how does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? So, my film opener engages with the audience in two ways. The first is through our content. One key theory that applies to my opener comes from the Roland Barthes, who introduced the concept of enigma codes. You might be asking, what are enigma codes? Enigma codes are basically narrative mysteries that encourage the audience to keep watching in order to discover answers. So, with that being said, my opener includes several enigma codes. For example, the antagonist is kept anonymous, which creates the immediate suspense, and it raises questions about who the anonymous messenger is and why they personally targeted the protagonist. Additionally, the text messages revealing that the protagonist's close friend is hugging her boyfriend introduces yet another mystery and emotional conflict that draws the audience further into the narrative. Because the target audience for my media product is primarily female teenagers and young adults between the ages of 16 and 25, we wanted to create a film that would leave viewers interested in knowing how the rest of the film will play out. The characters are teenagers, so the viewers in this age group can easily identify with the protagonist and her situation, especially considering the fact that we made them specifically a modern girly vibe with makeup, romantic music, a bouquet of roses, and pajamas. According to the Stuart Hall theory case study, it suggests that audiences interpret media texts in different ways based on their personal experiences and cultural backgrounds. So the preferred reading of my opener is that audiences interpret the betrayal and manipulation as shocking and suspenseful moments that create emotional tension, and it encourages them to keep watching. Additionally, my product also follows elements of narrative theory proposed by Todorov. Todorov suggested that narratives typically follow a structure of equilibrium, disruption, and resolution. So in my opener, the equilibrium occurs when the protagonist is getting ready for her date with the help of her friends. However, this normal situation is disrupted when she receives the anonymous text revealing the betrayal between her friend and her boyfriend. So this disruption creates the emotional conflict and the tension. And the tension increases even further when the protagonist is then opening the door and the scene cuts to a black screen. So this also, again, leaves the audience with unanswered questions and encourages them to continue watching, which is also called the enigma codes. So that brings me to the next way is that our distribution. So for this project, the main distribution platform would be Amazon Prime Video, which is internationally recognized as a streaming service. I believe that Amazon Prime Video is ideal for this type of thriller film because it allows content to reach a global audience, and it allows us to reach our younger viewers who are likely to engage with the streaming media. The film could also use features like the recommended content algorithms to target audiences interested in thriller films through the Amazon Prime Video streaming service. Another important aspect of distribution is also the media conglomerates. And media conglomerates are basically large companies that own multiple media industries and distribution platforms. So for instance, the Walt Disney Company is a major media conglomerate that owns film studios, streaming services, television networks, and merchandising divisions. So because conglomerates own multiple forms of media, they're able to promote and distribute films across many different platforms through the use of cross-media synergy. Cross-media synergy can be seen with films, with Amazon Prime Video. A successful one is called The Voyeurs, that was published in 2021, and it was promoted across television, social media, streaming services, and merchandise. So even though my thriller film would be smaller in scale, it could still benefit from the cross-platform promotion and the digital marketing strategies. All in all, my media product engages audiences through suspenseful storytelling, relatable themes, and technical conventions of the thriller genre. By using narrative techniques such as enigma codes and disruption, along with the effective cinematography, sound, editing, the opening sequence creates tension and encourages audience to continue watching. Through the distribution strategies such as the streaming platforms, the social media marketing, and the influence of the media conglomerates, the film would be able to effectively reach and engage its intended audience. Thank you.